It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Set, 180.
What we got? What we got? What we got? Showing it. Showing it.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. First carry for Nick Chubb. And some room to work. 31 yards there, the first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bengals' 31-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
You better bring it.
57.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 13-yard line. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. They'll run with Hunt on second down. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken short. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10.
52, 44.
Now Dalton with a first and 10. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Hands up.
Check 53. Blue down, blue down.
Third down from the gun, Dalton. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt, and he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
57, Mike 57.
Pistol.
Looking to throw on second down. Mayfield. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Set. 180.
50 seconds to Mike. Here we go. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Watch out.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The 37-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Here we go. Here we go. 53 to Mike.
Andy Dalton. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
And the Bengals first down.
Lead.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. And
Here's Dalton. His throw incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target, and it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Olivier Vernon able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up fourth down. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
At the 8-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And some room for him there as he'll take this out to about the 15. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
oh, here we go. Oh, 5-2's the Mike.
Working out of the gun. Mayfield escaping the pressure right. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Sam Hubbard able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he's able to get it out of there. And this is a pretty good kick.
The Bengals take over the first down team.
Let's go.
They're on 37-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Cincinnati.
Hands up! Leave!
Set 53. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
From midfield here, Dalton airing it out deep for Woods. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check 43. Check safety. Check safety.
To throw again, Dalton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming.
Point it right. Smooth.
Now Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. That's a tough spot as a quarterback, Charles. You want to get rid of it, but you see what can happen when you do try to get rid of it with pressure.
Yeah, and how about the pressure coming without them having to blitz? That's when you know things are clicking for your defense, and the end result, they end up gaining 6 points.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
52 is the mic right here, over there, right?
Hey, Delta.
Check time.
Back to it after the pick 6, Mayfield. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
20.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long
To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
The Bengals drive about to get going. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible, because right now he is wrecking things for them.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Dalton here from the gun. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Undercut.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt.
Go, go, go. Run, run, run.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. 1st down, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Flushed out right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. And, Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call, because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
SOS. Check 15, check 15. Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
368.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now Callaway on the return. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not pump the ball again.
He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. Oh, he breaks a tackle and he's got an alley. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Focus, defense, focus.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
They come out here in the I. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Let's go. Hey, we got
From the gun, Dalton. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Dalton on the draw to Mixon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter.
Hands up, ladies!
Snap came at 1. Now here's Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
A Hall of Fame coach once said, there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or 2. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 24-yard line.
Set, 180.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty 52. Watch 52.
Hey, orbit.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
My 52.
I got you.
From the 24, Mayfield, flush to his right. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Set, 180.
52. Yeah.
One touch.
Third and short yardage. Mayfield. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, you can see and feel the disappointment on that one because you saw some guys on the sidelines jumping up going, oh, no. Looked like they had that one set up well on third down, but you got to give yourself time to get rid of the football.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away.
The Bengals stay
Let's go, let's go.
at their own 39-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun. Dalton looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's T.J. Carey who picked it, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt, and he's going to get this one down to the 45.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Hey. Shift.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt, and he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Hey, watch the slant.
And again, it's Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 3rd and 3.
One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package.
Yeah.
6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there.
52.
Hey, wahoo!
Watch the slip. New Mike 52. Mike 52.
Hey, alert 33.
Bring it. Check.
Pistol. Watch out!
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Point it right.
Go.
Go.
Where's 52? Watch 52.
Watch out!
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield escaping the pressure right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd.
Mike 52. Let's go, D. No. Check that.
Watch out!
From the gun, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end.
Here we go. Check.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever... And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. To throw on 2nd and 10. Dalton throwing the out route incomplete. It's Boyd. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. From the gun, Dalton. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Bengals going for it. Here's Dalton. And Eifert has it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Dalton, 1st and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And now it's 2nd down. A draw play for Mixon. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Dalton. They got a man. It's Woods. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sand. Myles Garrett, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. To try again after the sack. Dalton looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A first down there on a pickup of 25. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Mike, 58, right there. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
1st and 10 for Dalton. To the left side here for Eifert. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 7.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Okay, double up.
93, 52, 93, 40, hands up.
Big spot, Andy Dalton. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Morgan Burnett, and a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
They begin this drive with Chubb, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Tackled back at the 33-yard line.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. And I know it's hard to find solace on one side when the season ends, no matter where it ends, but especially in the playoffs because there's all that build up to the moment. But I would imagine the post-game locker room speech, it'll have a pretty positive spin.
It should. They've made a heck of a run to get to the playoffs and have that chance to advance, even though they didn't. But you're right about how much it's going to hurt because when you work that hard to get this far, it hurts just a little bit more. No matter when your season ends, it's a downer. But in this case, even more so because you had your eyes on the big prize, which was the Lombardi Trophy.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.